it is crucial for investors to understand the risks and opportunities climate policies and legislation create for portfolio companies. This video dives a little deeper into the legal drivers of transition risk. We'll go through some examples of climate policies and laws and discuss why they matter to portfolio companies and investors looking to make good financial returns. And just to note, we cover more on transition risk in another video in this series. Many countries are now setting net zero targets at a national level and passing them into law. To support this, governments are acting out policies on climate through a range of tools, including taxes, regulation, and subsidies. In 2019, South Africa passed legislation to impose taxes on carbon emissions under the Carbon Tax Act. The tax was designed to increase over the years. Its second phase, which includes Scope 2 emissions as well as Scope 1, runs up to 2030. Countries in Southeast Asia like Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines are developing an emissions trading system as a financial incentive to reduce emissions. India's plastic waste management rules, which include a requirement for extended producer responsibility planning, prohibit single-use plastic items with penalties for those responsible for breaching the guidelines, including jail terms, fines, or both. The guidelines also allow for the sale and purchase of surplus extended producer responsibility certificates to establish a market mechanism for plastic waste management. Investors in emerging markets also need to understand EU regulation if products are exported into European markets. An example of EU legislation which has implications for countries outside the EU is the EU's Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, or CBAM. It targets carbon-intensive goods entering the EU. The mechanism applies to goods like cement, iron and steel, aluminium, fertilizers, electricity, and hydrogen, encouraging cleaner industrial production in non-EU countries. It aligns with the EU Emissions Trading System, ETS, which supports EU industry decarbonisation. Unreported emissions attract severe financial penalties. Similarly, the EU Deforestation Regulation, or EUDR, covers 7 commodities and their derived products: cattle, cocoa, coffee, oil palm, soya, wood, and rubber. Under this regulation, companies will only be authorized to place these products on the European market, provided they are deforestation-free, produced in accordance with relevant local legislation, and covered by a due diligence statement. For investors, it is now critical to consider climate legislation based on both sectors and countries of operation, and to build a competitive advantage as part of investment decision-making and portfolio management.